everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about something very special to me, and that is digital smile design, also known as DSD. As a dentist, it has changed dramatically how I practice and the ability and things I'm able to do in my practice. And as a person, it has impacted how meaningful the work has been for my patients and giving them a special experience every time. So if you would like to hear more about DSD, my journey and my experience with DSD and how it could impact you as a patient, then let's get started. Digital smile design, also known as DSD, is transforming, it is changing the way dentists are doing dentistry, and especially great dentistry. For those of us who started in a generation before digital, it is really turning things on its ear. A lot of dentists who are just graduating in the last few years have probably already been exposed to a lot of digital dentistry. But what I feel so impressed by is the amount of planning and thoughtfulness and predictability that can go into my dentistry, in addition to something most important to me, which is the patient experience. With digital smile design, one of the big things, if you look more into it or if you're not familiar with it, is that we allow our patients to experience a new confident their smile, themselves in a way that they couldn't before. So we allow them to try on their smile. We call it sort of a smile test drive. And what that has done is it's pulled the entire team, me and my team and the patient together in one emotional way that we feel we can see into the future, we can get excited about it. So it's really, and Christian terms this best, it's emotional dentistry. So, we're doing things in a way that helps the patient feel involved in the process and like they really trust us. And I think there's a level of trust and confidence in our care that goes above and beyond what I was ever able to produce before. So that is one of the big things, I guess, is that DSD is emotional dentistry. My story begins with digital smile design in 2016, actually, and I took my assistant and I was the only one in New York. We went to what's called the DSD Residency 1 in New York City, and I was invited there by our lab, the Orm group, and it was amazing. I really went out on a limb. I had just started a brand new practice, and I couldn't leave my practice, but yet this was going to be 4 days of intense training, and also then not just the travel time. So I was there, my assistant was with me. I knew it was really important to bring my assistant. Now in later years, I think people do bring their team more often to the residencies, but at the time I was the only one there with an assistant. And I met all the team. I met Christian and JJ and everyone involved, and it was a very warm, very inviting place. And what I learned from day one, I just couldn't even stop thinking about it. I was thinking about patients that I was going to help. I knew it was going to change my practice in ways that I just can't even describe. I get back, we start doing cases on Monday morning. I said to Katie, I said, we're going to start on patients, and we're going to start on family and things like that. But immediately, the first patient that rolled in on Monday morning, I said, oh my gosh, we have to do this. So we got right into it. And in a very short period, we had done more cases than pretty much anyone in Canada at the time. And it was just incredible. I was getting great case acceptance. I was having fun with it, and I knew there was more to learn. So I went back to New York to do the Residency 2 in December of that year, so in December 2016, and did more of an integration, hands-on type thing. And then in, I believe it was March or April, I became a DSD master. A DSD master is when you've done a number of cases to completion and you've submitted them to the DSD team, and they've approved that you are officially qualified to understand all the concepts and be able to implement them in the way that they believe that you should. So, I've been a DSD master now for almost, so I guess it would be 3 years. And also, I just started doing more and more digital dentistry, and my entire clinic was what it was all about. When I built it, again, just the year before, I wanted a clinic that was modern. I wanted a clinic that was digital, but I also wanted a foundation of a reputation and a foundation of having an amazing, incredible patient experience. And DSD has allowed me to give that to my patients in a way that I never dreamed, and also in a way that fulfills my childhood dream, which was to become a dentist and give the same experience to my patients that my dentist had given to me when I was a little girl. So it's really come full circle, and I believe also it's helped me and my practice differentiate ourselves in a world where, you know, people kind of, I think the public perception sometimes is that, you know, just pick a dentist, they're all the same. I mean, generally we're going to be searched on Google reviews and we're going to be checked out, but generally the public often thinks of dentists as pretty much the standard of care is all the same from clinic to clinic. And the one thing about DSD is that it allows me to differentiate myself and make sure that I'm doing the best care that I can for, you know, my level of years of experience and my training. I give my patients something that I feel can help. I sleep well at night because I am doing things in a way that is really planned out. It's explained well to the patient, and the patient has a really good idea of what the outcome's going to be. So I just can't say enough about that. I've been doing, again, cases now for almost 4 years, and in the spring of last year, which was May 2019, I had been encouraged by the DSD app designer, Ralph George, and he had said, you know, Peggy, you should come down to the Residency. I'm going to be launching a new release for the app. You know, you should get back into using the app. And honestly, the app is amazing. So if any of you want to do the special app course, it's a DSD app course as well. And so, you know, went there and it was like, wow, it's just like the same excitement over again. And it's now 3 or 4 years later, it's bigger, better. They have so much support and they have so many great people working there that I feel it's been, again, you still feel part of that family. And speaking of that family, then I attended a second time the residency for Residency 2. And this time I went to Brazil, where Christian Coachman and Francis Coachman and the whole Coachman family, they grew up, and their dad had a clinic called the Well Clinic, and they're all, it's a family of dentists, and they've been doing this for generations. And this clinic was so special. You just can feel it when you walk in, and they held a 4-day hands-on, it wasn't a hands-on, but it was a live patient course where we implemented all the things I've been doing for so long in ways that I still hadn't even, kind of had imagined. So besides being in Brazil, you can imagine how cool that was. Even though it was their winter, it was still quite beautiful. And it was very good that I did that. It really solidified for me the fact that I had to become a DSD clinic. And at the time, I thought, I have a lot on my plate, there's a lot going on, but it was really the right time for me. So happy to announce that in September of 2019, JJ Gomez, the director of DSD Clinics, came to our clinic, spent 2 entire days fully training our team, making sure that our clinic is up to the world standard of DSD clinics. And so we passed. I was very happy and very pleased to show someone like JJ, who's traveled the world, our little part of Atlantic Canada. And it was really fun, and I think you should ask JJ if you're, what he thought of it. But I think this area of Atlantic Canada, this East Coast, is special into itself, just like many other parts of the world. But we are the only DSD clinic right now in Atlantic Canada, and in fact, there are only 4 DSD clinics in Canada. So it was a very, very proud moment, and I feel like I'm doing something so great for my patients, something that is, my best dentistry, what I can possibly give them from the dentistry to the experience, and then helping myself, making sure we show patients that what dentistry is capable of and what it should be and what it should be able to offer our patients in 2020. So thank you, Digital Smile Design. You have seriously made my dream for becoming a better dentist happen. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about Digital Smile Design, or you want to ask me more, there's ways that we'll leave notes below of how to contact me. Of course, I'm on Instagram as Dr. Peggy Bown. And if you would like to, again, learn more. The website is great, and I highly encourage you, if you'd like to start DSD, I would start with the Residency 1. That's a question I get a lot on my DMs in Instagram. But overall, you can't go wrong. It's just about how you come back to the office and implement it, and get your team involved to help you get there. So I really hope that was helpful, and I hope as a patient, any of you are thinking of having anything done from a reconstructive or cosmetic standpoint, that you maybe if you can find a digital smile design master or DSD dentist in your area, that would probably be your best bet. So anyway, I hope that helped, and if anybody'd like to leave me a comment or question, please leave that below. And in the meantime, I appreciate any likes and subscribes that you can do for my channel, so I can keep giving you great content like this, and I will see you next time.